Yeah, I want to start off by saying I don't support cancer. Fuck cancer. This is my channel. I can curse. This is Bucket Up Media Leftovers. And I want to get to it. A couple weeks ago, I made a post, a rant on social media about how student loan debt is technically cancer. And that created a bigger conversation. So, simply put, I'm not comparing cancer to student loans. However, there is a strong conversation that could be had. Cancer hits home to me. My biological grandma I never met passed from cancer when my mom was like 16 or something like that, 14. And my childhood dog, rest in peace, Watson, he passed from lymphoma, which is a form of cancer. So cancer hits home to me, so it's not something I'd like to play with. But it's something that I think everybody understands the severity of it and why I think it's a fair conversation piece. Student loan debt, man. Simply put, I think they should get rid of it. And I know it comes from a biased standpoint because I'm somebody that is still underwater of all the debt that I have. I'm just an American in the working class trying to get ahead. I do think that there's some arguments that continue to get in the way of a simple solution, which is just deleting the debt, something that can be done. So I'm just here to kind of unravel some of the arguments I've heard and kind of just combat them with some stats that I got. And ultimately, yeah, just continue the conversation because we can cancel student debt. So simply put, student debt is cancer. Because what it is, it's a slow growing creature inside of you that's always gonna get the best of you if it doesn't get taken care of up front, which is paying it off, which is impossible to do. I'm really from the grind. I know you hear rappers and people talk about starting from the bottom and stuff, but I really, if anything, epitomize it. I worked 50 hours a week while I was in college, put myself through school. The way FAFSA and student aid works is they don't consider you an adult until you're 24. So until you're 24, they go off of your parents' W-2s. And my parents, they had their own situation. So they couldn't pay for my college. So I was always put in a bad situation when it came to student loans. I was never in a good chance. I didn't qualify for them. So a lot of the times I was working for my own tuition and getting subsidized loans. I got a couple grants because I had a good GPA, which is kind of cool because I wasn't the best student in high school. So, all that to be said, I kind of am really the walking example on why you should cancel student debt. It's unnecessary. You know, one of the arguments I hear is it's your debt. You signed up for it. Okay, yes, I agreed to go to college, but I didn't set the price of college. I didn't agree to and couldn't set the interest rates, what I was qualified for. I wasn't able to negotiate the terms and say, okay, I can do this at this point. Take it or leave it. Society at the time made it seem like the only way to be successful was go to college. And I know, maybe that's on me for believing that societal lie, but if you reverse engineer it and you don't go to school and you end up in a financial situation, they're going to say, well, you should have went to college. So you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. Something that I don't think is fair about the argument of you signed up for it. Okay, I also signed up for the societal lie that said if you take the time, you go to college, and you work hard, you'll get a good degree. And with that degree, you'll get a good job, a high paying job with that. I graduated 11 years ago. I still haven't made a third of what I should be making on paper. And when I say should, not a handout, I earned it. Having a degree shows the ability to go through something, the highs and lows, and complete it. So it's not just, it's just a paper. Degrees don't mean anything. It means I'm able to go through 4 years of training on their terms, which companies bank on, employees learning how to understand the company within weeks. So everything translates. Argument 2. Well, if we cancel the debt, now I got to pay for your debt. That's a lie. That's a bold-faced lie. And you know why? PPP loans, which is the Paycheck Protection Program, since 2020, the 2020 loans, about 89% of the loans have been fully or partially forgiven. 91% of the 2020 loans have been forgiven. Where's the money gone for that? Have you noticed an increase on your paycheck that says asterisk for PPP loans? No, right? They just kind of Control Alt deleted it. That's my point. Is they're capable of doing it. It's not an argument of like they couldn't at all think of it. They do it. They can delete debt. And PPP are for people that have businesses, which means people that have money, that can afford to pay back loans. Student debt is people that are trying to get a job that are not paid their worth, so they can't pay back their loans. So it just doesn't make sense. It continues that issue of taking from the people that don't have it and letting the people that have it keep it or get it back. 2021, 41% of the loans have been partially or nearly forgiven. In 2021, 41% of the loans have been forgiven. Chances are, majority of the people probably took out a loan in 2020. So, there's that argument. Oh, if we cancel debt, somebody else has to pay for it. No, because nobody's paying for those PPP loans. They just got deleted. So those are the two arguments I usually hear. The third one and the final one is, the morality one. Well, it's not fair to those that paid theirs back. Well, again, it's not fair to people that suffer from cancer. But the people that suffer from cancer that knew that there was a solution wouldn't say, no, let the other people suffer just because I had to go through it. The ultimate goal was to find a solution. And people riddled in debt is a cancer. It's preventing doctors, lawyers, your next electrician, anybody that is trying to get to the next level or be in the field that they specialize in to make the world go around is preventing them because they're working 2-3 side jobs to try and pay back their debt because they've yet to be in a field that rightfully pays them what they're worth. So there's layers. Either provide a high-paying salary in the field that we specialize in and we'll pay back our debt, or delete the debt. It's not that hard. And if not, turn our debts into PPP loans and Control Alt delete them, just like you did. Other than that, that's how student loan debt is basically cancer. Let me know what you think. Subscribe, tune in, turn up, and buck it up.